From century-old Nintendo to a thousand-year-old rice cake store, Japan is home to the world's oldest businesses. To be exact, there are over 33,000 businesses in Japan over a century old, and of that figure, around 1900 of them are more than 500 years old, and about 21 of those are more than 1,000 years old. And these numbers are more than any country in the world. Japan has so much of these century-old businesses that they have a term for it called shinise, which means old shop. This raises the question, why do Japanese businesses not only survive, but they thrive for centuries? Most of shinises in Japan are family-owned, and the concept of family has a strong influence over Japanese businesses. Take a look at the world's oldest hotel, for example. This hotel was founded in 705 and was continuously operated by 52 generations of the same family, over 1300 years in business. Another example is the world's oldest company, Gongo-Gumi, a construction company that was founded in the year 578. The company continued operations through the founder's descendants, but in 2006, the company struggled financially and was purchased by another construction group. Nevertheless, for the Japanese, tradition and family is part of their cultural identity, a culture where there is a sense of duty towards ancestors and a commitment for future generations. But what if someone in the family doesn't want to continue the business, or there is no descendants to continue the tradition? Historically, Japanese families relied on adult adoption, which has been a practice for centuries as a mechanism for families to extend their family name, estate, and ancestry without a reliance on the bloodline. And this practice is still common today. The most common purpose of this was adopting sons for the purpose of creating a strong, fixed position in society through the assumption of positions such as the head of the household and the head of the business. But in the case of the world's oldest hotel, no family members, including adopted heirs, were willing to take over the business by 2017. The hotel's general manager was selected as the president, but was unable to inherit the holding company, Yushima, as he was unrelated to the family. Ownership was then transferred to a new holding company. Another reason for Japanese businesses thriving for centuries is the ability to adapt and innovate to the changing times. Take a look at Nintendo. It was founded 135 years ago by a craftsman named Fusajiro Yamauchi, and the company began by producing and distributing Japanese playing cards, most notably Hanafuda. Later on, they started selling their first Western-style card deck in 1902. By the time Yamauchi retired, he adopted his son-in-law so that he could take the surname and head the business by 1929. By that time, Nintendo was the largest playing card business in Japan. In 1962, Nintendo switched its name from Nintendo Playing Card Co. to just Nintendo, and they started to manufacture games in addition to playing cards. They started distributing tabletop games such as chess and popular toys. In the 70s, they continued to innovate, and with the motivation from the successes of Atari with video game consoles, they developed similar products and entered the video game market. They developed both arcade games and console games, and later led to the development of Nintendo's most beloved game, Super Mario, and this is how Nintendo became what we know of them today. These businesses also strive to be resilient through challenges. Over the centuries, Japan has faced many economic crashes, wars, and natural disasters, but many of these companies still thrive. How did they manage such tough situations? Well, tradition and stability are the priority for risk aversion, rather than immediate profits and rapid growth. About a quarter of these long-running businesses save enough money to keep things running smoothly for at least 2 years, to have a financial safety net regardless of what happens. Such an outlook also means that these shinise never lose sight of their tradition and look to continue the legacy for future generations. And that the blend of resilience and tradition defines Japan's business landscape. With the pursuit of longevity and legacy, this is what makes these century-old businesses thrive for centuries and will continue to thrive for generations to come.